Hello and welcome everybody to another update video about Bitcoin, Ethereum and Quant on this channel. My name is Daniel and as always I'm telling you my expectations and price targets for those three coins. I will show you my primary scenario and also the invalidation points and the decision points when I would flip the primary expectation. And if you don't want to miss out on that in the future, don't forget to leave a subscription down below this video and enjoy this content. And we're starting here today straight on Ethereum 4-hour time frame, and as you can see we have reached my resistance zone for this wave 2, which I've told you in last video about. We have invalidated this third smaller one 2 setup, and that is the reason why I moved here this wave 2 top towards the right side where we are right now. And as you can see, still the primary expectation is a follow through towards the downside in wave 3 and then kind of heading down to this support area between 12 and 1400 US dollars. This is the expectation I have on the chart since let's say 5 weeks, and if we would go above 2000 US dollars, this would be the point where this scenario gets less likely. If we would get above 2150, it would get invalidated. Right now we also have the chance that this is a WXY correction and we would only head here towards the, let's say, 1700 US dollars. This is also an option, and then head towards the upside. I've told you about 3 days ago in my video on the daily time frame that there are many different scenarios which can unfold there, but the option that we are seeing the breakout here towards the upside is, in my opinion, based on the structure on the daily time frame, the less likely option. But as you know, there is no guarantee in the financial markets, so there definitely is the option that we are seeing a breakout towards the upside. It's just less likely, in my opinion. Also, if we are looking at the RSI indicator, which is already overbought, and also the MACD, which is turning bearish, I would rather prefer the sell-off towards the downside. And I would also say, as long as we are staying below this 2000 US dollars, this keeps my expectation untouched, unchanged. And also for Bitcoin, if I want to show you, we are right now as well in my resistance area, which I prepared on the chart for you already 2 days ago. You can check it out. I told you if we would go above this high, we would most likely head towards this area and get a bounce from there towards the downside. And right now you can see we got rejected. We are still in the box. But if we would break below the 27,400 US dollar level, I think it would end up in a more crucial sell-off. This is my current view about the Bitcoin price. If we would go above the 30,000 US dollar level, this would make this whole scenario less likely. If we would go above the 31,000 US dollars, this would invalidate this scenario. If we would stay here in this box for longer, get a consolidation, it would also, in my opinion, make the sell-off towards the downside more likely, because in case we are in the bullish scenario, this would now need to be a wave 3 towards the upside and would need to be very, very impulsive and strong if we don't see follow-up right now towards the upside. If this is now not impulsively shooting up like it should do in a wave 3, if it's continuing to hover around here in this resistance zone, it would, in my opinion, strengthen the probabilities or make it even more likely that we see the drop towards the downside here. Because if this would be an impulsive move, this should be now a very strong impulsive wave 3 towards the upside with a wave 4 afterwards, and then we should see a wave 2 pullback. So practically what this means is this is not a bottom structure yet. This is only a 3-wave corrective move towards the upside, and we have no reasons yet to change the expectation based on the Elliott wave rules. If we would see a 5-wave move towards the upside developing like this, or even break the 30,000 US dollar level towards the upside, this would actually be the point, based on the Elliott wave analysis, to actually change the likelihood of the scenarios towards the bullish scenario. And this would also give us then an entry point after a wave 2 correction. So basically, if this is now developing in an impulsive fashion towards the upside in a wave 1, then I personally would wait until we get a wave 2 correction afterwards and enter there. If we are not seeing a 5-wave move towards the upside developing, if this is continuing to hover around here in the resistance, this would practically strengthen my expectation here that we are seeing the drop towards the downside. If we are now looking last but not least over to the QNT chart, you can see as well that we got a bounce $1 above my long time expected support zone. As you know, I have this on the chart since more than 5.5 months, since the beginning of January. I have here, this is the first resistance box, and here this is the second one on the chart, the trend reversal areas. And as you can see, we missed it for $1 and got a bounce. So there is now the option to say that this is already a complete wave C, but in my opinion, the likelihood is not really higher than the likelihood that we are coming down once more in the target area, because we did not go below the A wave low. The A wave low was at 95 US dollars. Normally, you would expect the wave C to go lower. So this is the point why I'm not in a trade, why I didn't buy QNT yet. We missed my support zone for $1, and actually there are now two options. First option is that we are counting this as already, as I told you, a complete 5-wave move here towards the downside, which has bottomed and ending the original structure. The other wave is that this is still a wave 4 here. We saw the wave 3 bottom back there, the wave 2 bottom up here, and so practically this is still a wave C and still an ending the original, but it's taking a little bit longer, and it's also coming down once more here in the target area before we get the reversal. So what is now my game plan? How am I planning to buy in QNT? How am I planning to trade this situation? If we are seeing now the dip in the target area, of course I will buy. No question for that. No doubts about that. I will straight buy QNT if we're coming here in this trend reversal area, which I have on the chart since more than 5.5 months. If we are now shooting up here, this is supposed to be, or in my opinion, a first wave 1 impulse of this wave 3 towards the upside. So what I would do if we are continuing to go higher here, I would wait until the complete wave 1 of 3 is done and we're seeing a wave 2 pullback, and then buy in here before the big wave 3 of 3 is starting. So you understand me, if we're seeing another dip, I would buy here. If we're continuing to go higher, I would buy in the wave 2 correction. Because I'm a pullback trader, I buy in my retracement areas, which I place based on the Elliott wave analysis method. If we're not reaching it or missing it for $1, I will wait until the next pullback zone is coming and until I get a new chance to buy in. If you like this video, if you enjoyed this information, smash up the like button, leave your thoughts down in the comment section, activate the small little bell so you will never miss out in the future. And I hope we will see each other in the next video here on this channel as well. Ciao, ciao.